I know.
The
Well,
practices
hello. Well, hello. Oh, I love this. And
do we
oh,
have?
what a show that was. Holy shit. That went just like I thought it was going to go. And no disrespect to CJ. He seems like a great guy. He seems like a really nice man. But, yeah, right.
It was a shit
I
show.
knew it. Yeah, I
It was
knew.
a fun shit show, though. Thank
Oh,
you,
it was, though.
CJ.
Well, no. I'm getting a little bit aggravated because I love how she didn't want to talk about certain things, and she just kept skipping around, and she just wanted to talk over everybody. It's like, whatever. I'll get a headache.
Well, that's her modus operandi. We all knew that this is how the stream would.
Yeah, I knew that exactly. That's where I was going to go.
So I decided to go live if anybody had some serious questions that
We'll be more than happy to talk about it.
Clarify what she tried, and with just a review of the whole experience, because why not, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, we are the historians, so it's our job.
Yeah,
honestly.
And let's face it. This is what this channel is about: is correcting her delusions, and her trying to. I don't know. Does she honestly think if she says I did not, everybody's going to believe? Hey, you wish.
Well, apparently so. Hey, you wish, sweetie. Apparently so, because that was my whole point. Prove anything that you are saying. I never called a dog pound. I never called a landlord. I never called a hospital. I never called a doctor. But she did. She has. She called 911 to a police department on a live stream, which we were all floor. I couldn't believe it. I was picking my jaw up off the floor.
Yes.
Why? Because someone hurt her feelings on the internet. She's the only doxer. It's her.
Yeah. You can't dox something that's already public record.
Hey,
and all her shit is public record.
Sure is. And if it's not, it was gathered by us because, how many discords? Honey, there's one discord. Let's try to get that straight. There's one discord. And now, yes, I have my other Discord that I drop receipts in, but I also drop recipes, pictures that I don't want to forget about and have them get lost somewhere. So, yes, that's my own little private Discord that I keep my memories in.
Yes.
Because proof is important to me. Proof.
And we have it. And there's a lot that we don't share.
Yes.
Publicly, because that's for our protection.
Exactly. And we know better.
Shit her pants if she knew what we have.
Oh my God, yes she would. Yes, she would. And I love this. I do have to say,
hey V-Ro.
Poor CJ. Hey V. Hi Truth. He thinks he's going to be able to get gaining ground to come over. No, never happened. The man never says her name. Never. This is why she's called She Whose Name Shall Not Be Mentioned. Because this is what happens. If you mention her name in any way, shape, or form, positive, negative, it doesn't matter. Honey, she's going to come back at you 150% for days.
Yes.
And it won't be pleasant.
And it won't be pleasant.
No. And what happened, though, months ago, somebody accidentally made a slip when they were talking about another creator, which I don't even think he knew that much about. He certainly didn't bully her, ever. And they were talking on a panel explaining why Yaba and Sam felt the need to do their homework when someone claims a death. If it's possible, you do your homework. That's what people do. I'm going to do my homework before I start running my mouth, because I don't want to look stupid. So I'm going to do my homework.
Okay. Okay. That brings up a good point. She likes to throw out this stupid insult about me having two chromosomes. Every human on the planet has two chromosomes.
An X and a Y.
X and a
Oh,
Y is
wow.
male, and an X and an X is female. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
exactly. And see, that's just it. She runs her mouth on shit she has no idea about.
Exactly.
None. And her name got mentioned in that live just briefly as an example of why people do their homework, because she faked her death. The only reason that she's admitting it now is she got caught. That's the only reason. That's like little kids. When a little kid gets caught red-handed, then they have to say, "Okay, I did it, Mom." But she got caught red-handed. Before that, the only reason she faked her death is she had told so many lies and was getting tripped up in all her bullshit that she didn't know where else to do. She's like, "Well, I don't know what else I'm going to do, so I'm going to fake my death." And that's exactly why. She never left the internet. I still have screenshots from Candy's original live, and that would still be around, but crazy provided, talk about false information. She provided false information to YouTube, and that's what got Candy's channel terminated.
Yeah, that funky little complaint slip she managed to con a cop out of.
Exactly. And YouTube fell for it, and that's okay. Yep. But that was a few years ago. So now YouTube knows better now.
Yeah.
So,
because
yes, they do.
They also protested Candy's deletion.
Yes.
But we had no power to bring it back. We were hoping they would go closely into it, but they didn't. That's such a right of YouTube, right?
Exactly.
Thank you.
The only reason, the spaghetti sauce video was brought up briefly, but that was the first time I'd ever known of who this person was. And she did a review. Negs did a review. I watched both and laughed my ass off at both of them. They were hilarious. So, again, the spaghetti sauce creators, we might as well. MT and Angie, they got embarrassed because I think it was supposed to be more serious than what everybody took it. We were pointing and laughing because it was pretty silly. But again, so she somehow saw an opening because she had just fallen out with the other community. So she kind of started working her way over. Well, she got in with MT and Angie. Now, MT was not falling out. MT, we all have a community here, and it's kind of nice, actually. It's really fun that way, and I hope it gets back to this someday. But there was the munching and chatting community. There was Candy's community. MT had a little community. Everybody kind of had a little community that Red had a community at the time. We all kind of bounced around. That's why we were fondly called the pretzel community. Munching and chatting had mods that were also mods for Candy. So everybody kind of got around. Yes, we were definitely a big ass dysfunctional little family. We really were. And we still are. We still are. We have stupid beefs, just like the regular shit. So anyways, she followed, because MT was munching OG. He's been around a long time. And he's been Candy for a long time. They've known each other for a long time. So he came, of course, back to munching and chatting and back over to Candy. And well, here comes Wrecking Ball right along with them, And, she thought she was just going to smooth her way in. People saw her and just kind of went, okay, whatever. We kind of treat her like Angie. Yeah, it's another Angie. Just let her go. And so people really didn't pay much mind to her. Okay. And then Annie had a birthday party, which I'll never forget. That was fucking hilarious. And, somebody super statted you.
I know.
That was so sweet. Thank you. But so we were all talking and doing and interacting. And, people were definitely giving her the side eye because of the shit she was saying. It's like, okay, this kind of chick's a nut. But then she started claiming that she was a nurse.
Yep.
Okay. And yes, and that's where you had the most experience with her because you are familiar with Gigi's community and those guys. So, yes, you came over and went, you know what, guys? She's not a nurse, okay? Well, she tried to pull that in Gigi's community. They caught her lying. And, the only thing I can say, too, is, and I really don't know firsthand, so please, this is just my opinion, But I had a chance at some point to look over those DMs that she released between them two. And I find it highly suspicious that she wants to accuse me of altering things and deleting things and clipping things. That conversation was very interestingly strange.
It was.
And if you want to go back and look at that conversation fairly carefully, she's right there telling this man, I'm a single mother and a nurse. No, you're not. And you've never been a nurse. And we also have, she said, I'm just kind of remembering some of the crazy shit she was reacting to today. The little fat folds that she showed that was supposed to be a gunshot wound. Yeah. For one thing, she said it was on her right side. That was clearly not her right side, unless the camera was backwards. And I could be wrong. But let me just say, when we say we have the proof, yes, we do. It's actually a video that we reacted to, which was Munching and Chattings, when I called. Everything was kind of okay. We just ignored her. She talked shit about us all the time, and we just went, yeah, okay, whatever. The lies got more and more outrageous, and we're kind of standing back going, wow, this chick's a trip. So we didn't know what to think of her at first. But so then came the picture. Well, but when she faked her death, she was trying to work her way over into Candy's because MT was over at Candy's. Well, Candy was like, this bitch went after me. I don't want anywhere near me. Because she did. She went after several people in the community over the clip that never got proved. Oh, I have a clip of MT saying something nasty about Candy that we all waited weeks for, and it never transpired. I wonder why. Because it didn't exist. That's why. So that's how Candy kind of got involved with this crazy. Then she went after me personally over something that's on my channel right now. If you want to care to go look at it, is she tried to say she'd never gone by that channel name. Well, honey, yeah, you did. I was on a panel with you that day. That's my voice and your voice. Can't fake that or Photoshop it. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
So that was the panel that she was talking about that I supposedly, altered or changed or did something to. No, I didn't. I told you that you were stupid, that Red was not the fake Candy account. Enough said. So Candy was in the chat that day. She stood up for me. She got shit for it. And so I did go over to Candy's channel because I don't go live, folks. I haven't done it in a long time. I did it just briefly recently. I was like, oh, God, I haven't done it in a while. But so Candy was nice enough to let me on her panel, and we had a discussion. You were there that day. Wacko came up on panel, and as soon as things go south or she can't yell over you, she either bails and then comes back and says somebody kicked her out.
Yeah.
But you can't have a conversation with her. That's why today went exactly how I thought it would, because you can't have a conversation with her.
I tried.
Oh, I know. We all did. We all did. I mean, now, yes, I get a little bit spirited. That's my fault because I'm so sick of her lying that I'm going to call her out every time. And I think out of everybody nowadays, she's saltiest with me than you, because she faked the death. She had told so many lies and so much bullshit, she couldn't backpedal out of it.
No.
So that's when, and I'll never forget, I hold my comments for review on my channel for a reason. I was just looking, I had a notification, I had a comment on my channel, and it was someone claiming to be her relative. Oh, I just wanted to let you know that Alana died in a car accident tonight. And I'm like, right. And I deleted it, didn't even think about it again. Well, other creators were getting the same message. So it's clear. So then the story changed to where she had a heart attack while driving and had a car accident. So I'm like, wow, this is getting good. This is getting good, folks. So again, we're like, okay, a couple people in our community were upset. Okay. Which, hey, that they were considered her a friend. So yeah, of course they were upset. So then, I'm sorry, she has a history. The fire that was fake, she didn't want to talk about that earlier. we'll get to that maybe today.
Oh,
Who knows?
oh, yeah.
But so she wanted to claim that I just lost my train of thought. I hate that. Sorry. I'm so mad. It's like, it's just, I love popping her on her lies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When we first met her. So everything was fine for a little while. She eased into the community. We kind of, after she died, Candy, we're like trying to find out, is this true? Well, I do not have an account on Kiwi Farms, but I know how to read Kiwi Farms. Okay. So I was over checking out Kiwi Farms to see other gossip as well, but they're like, she's not dead. She just logged in 50 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Well, of course, I go back behind the scenes and go, guys, I don't think she's dead. She was just on Kiwi Farms. And she loved Kiwi Farms. She's still now Kiwi Farms is like the devil. She used to try to throw Kiwi Farms at people and go, I'm going to put your information on Kiwi Farms. They're the dark web. It's like, girl, what's wrong with you? They don't even like you. What are you talking about? So it's just all the stuff that she used to try to pretend out there. She would do anything at one point to be on Kiwi Farms as far as to get somebody's news.
She probably still is,
Oh, she is. I mean, now she says that she doesn't post, but who knows?
Yeah. So anyway, I was going to. What was I going to do? Let me. Whoops.
And also too. So when we were actually trying behind the scenes, trying to find out, maybe this is true, but then we had suspicions when we're seeing she just logged in on Kiwi Farms.
Yeah.
Well, so her channel description kept changing. Okay, I have that too. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But so then the trolling started. Somebody actually went on her Facebook page and changed information on her Facebook page. And hang on a sec, sorry. I'm like choking to death, which she would be thrilled.
It's those pretzels. But I wanted to address Krista there for, I love how the double barrel shotgun was a thing out of her own mouth. It's recorded.
Yes.
And then, yeah. And, if you're, then she, just a single barrel shotgun, and now it's a 22.
Right. Because before it was
most of her bowel.
Exactly.
And then she would never. I mean, Krista, correct me if I'm wrong. She would never have had weight loss surgery if she was missing that much bowel.
True.
Am I wrong? Because that doesn't make sense. Why would they bypass her? Does she know what a bypass is?
Well, and that was, the what she kept trying to sell today was, they're mad at me because I had weight loss surgery. And no, you're upset because we called you out for using a fake picture of someone else's weight loss surgery.
Yes. She didn't come up. Everybody was hot under their collars on CJ's.
Yeah.
Because, if we had a civil conversation, we would have brought all that up.
Exactly. And, and again, because that was the straw that broke the camel's back, I think. Because, everybody kind of knew beforehand. It's almost like you pat a little bad child on the head. Oh, it's just her. We know she's a liar. Just ignore her, But then the lies got worse and worse and worse and more defamatory. I mean, I am tired of being slandered by her. There's so many people that are tired of being slandered by her. And I call it slander because it is. Mm-hmm. She wants to claim I've called dog pounds, hotels, hospitals, doctors, that I've doxed her. Prove it. You can't prove it because it never happened, because I never did. I don't know anybody who has. And I am not every troll on the internet. I don't have time for that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So miss me with that bullshit. And if you can't prove it, then shut up. And that's just it. You won't shut up. You won't leave us alone. Nobody has talked about you at one point for a frickin' month. And here
Oh,
you are, yapping your mouth. So
you
we would
can't.
love nothing more than to just
Yeah,
leave us the fuck alone. But you won't. And leave Gigi alone. I mean, the poor man. I'm not in, I mean, I've lurked now a couple times because now I'm going to go see. I mean, I remember him from years ago. And I've lurked several times because a lot of people were, members and were members at Negs and everything else. So we, lurked those places a couple of times.
yeah.
And I've been back even more so. And he's very funny. I like Gigi. So, the man has the patience of Job as far as I'm concerned.
That
Because
was a
he,
hard one
oh,
patience because what all of them are running with was when they all attacked him when he decided to leave the hater community. And
right,
I'm just lightly glossing over a whole lot because it was very complicated, and they all turned on him. And he admittedly lost his shit and said some things he shouldn't have said. And it was his come to Jesus moment, if you will.
yeah,
And he shut it all down, not his channel, but any reference to what happened. I
yep,
think he now just kind of, you know, goes there, but not with Alana. You know,
right, right. It's an accident if it happens. I mean, it's just like,
yeah,
it's like, oh my God, because we can relate to that
yeah.
because it's happened to us so many times. It's just ridiculous. Now, do we laugh at it? Yes, because if I didn't laugh at it, I'd be going nuts. But you have to laugh at it because it's just so
Yeah.
absolutely outrageously ridiculous. And I love some of the stuff that she tries to sell. And it's just like, girl, I will shut you down with a sentence. Show the proof that me or anybody else has done anything, and I will shut up and I will apologize to you every day. And I've said that before. I've
It's
said it
nothing
before.
about this, her doing herself in. That's what she says. That's what she wants us to say. We're not stupid. We know what
No,
she wants us to say, and we're not going to say it.
well, exactly. And nobody has ever wished harm on her. Ever.
No, we laugh at
Ever.
her. She is entertaining. There's nothing wrong with that. The
No.
whole of YouTube has all its corners have their cows, their weirdos.
Right,
Oh,
right. Well, I mean, come on. It's like there's people that react to Amber Lynn. There's people that react to Foodie Beauty. There's reaction channels to everything.
yeah,
Now,
and there's
us, I
even
think,
in the adult community, like Olap does, and and then
right,
there's the Boyd community, and
exactly. Yes. So she just, she thinks that she's so important that we have 6 Discords. No, sweetie, we just got one, and it has like some older ladies in it. So are you salty that old ladies busted you out? Is that what it is?
yeah.
That we can be 60 years old and still have a life and go do things and whatever.
This is
But
what's pissing us off, and I've said this before. A group of old ladies have got her by the short hairs, and she can't stand it.
oh, I bet, yeah. Well, I'd be embarrassed too.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I get embarrassed for her, and then I remember what all she's done and said, and I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, ship sailed. Literally.
Bye-bye.
It
So,
sailed without you, didn't it, darling?
yeah. So really, I mean, with CJ's live, and we're all yelling at each other. And I thought I muted my mic. I don't know if you noticed that. And I just sat back, and I'm going, let her hang herself.
That's true, because she does every time.
I've got nothing more to say. I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to watch her hang herself.
Well, and you know me, you're the more relaxed, laid back half of Kathy and Kate. Kate gets in there and Kate's like a double barrel going boom, because it drives me nuts that she does this shit. And I'm like, no, hon, you have forced us to be historians only because it's for our own sanity. We're like, did she really say that? It's like, oh my God. So now we have the proof of you saying it because we knew eventually we would need it. That's what I'm saying. I am the screenshot queen when it comes to this shit because I knew that I knew what kind of person this was and we were dealing with. And I'm like, you know what? You gotta keep it. You gotta record this stuff. And, it was funny too, because, the sleeve, everything was good until the sleeve. And, she said we went to the other community and got them involved. No, no, no.
Oh.
The night before your glorious sleeve surgery, everybody was in the live because you were getting as much sympathy as you could, as much as you were working that shit. And they're in there, everybody's praying for you, sending you prayers. And I'm like, wow, maybe she's going to do this. And when I woke up the next day, I'm sitting there thinking, maybe she did. You never know. Then that picture came up on my it was in my recommended. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It was kind of spooky. And I've said this 100 times, and my story has never changed. I was having my coffee. I'm like, with her history, and nobody from Gigi's community had to come and say anything and ruin her reputation. She ruined her own reputation for what she did to me and everyone else I've known.
She did.
And so she did it herself. So I took it and I went and got on my desktop and I reverse searched the picture. And I looked and went, shocker. I wasn't surprised, but I had to see. She used another woman's picture, cropped it out, and told everybody that it was her, that she had just had this procedure and they were getting her up for her first walk around and bandage change. And I'm like, okay. I kind of didn't know what to do because we've kind of involved ourselves before and it bit us in the ass. So we were like, yeah, we don't want to involve ourselves. But I went to Kathy behind the scenes and I said, look, this is what I got. And she goes, are you kidding me? And I'm like, no. And I said, this is terrible that, all these people, she's fooled them. It's not right. I think we should say something. And you went, yeah, I think you might be right. So we passed the picture along to a few other people and there became a video and there it is.
That's where it all took off. And
it is.
And we hate her because of weight loss surgery. She never had weight loss surgery.
No, she didn't. And then it got better too, because all of a sudden she's raging from the hospital because we're calling her out on going to, you use somebody else's picture here. Why would you do that? And well, instead of just coming up with something, I was smoking, I got denied my surgery for now. And instead, she just kept taking the story to the next level and the next level. We were hearing hospital sounds with the beeping monitor shit.
Sound effects. If you put in hospital sounds on YouTube, it'll take you to the exact same thing.
Oh, it was so funny. And we're all going, wait a minute. And other people knew very much better that knew. And somebody found it in like literally 2 minutes, and there it was. And it's like, oh my God.
Kate Winslet that did
Yes,
that?
it was. Yes, it was. Thank you, Kate Winslet. And so if that's really Kate Winslet in the chat, if she's here, that they're all clones. They're not really who they say they are. And we're like, really? Okay. This is getting better and better. So again, you if you don't laugh at it, you're just like, okay, the thing that freaks me out is there's really people out there like this. Maybe I lived a sheltered life because I don't think I've ever met anybody as squirrely as she is. So I mean, it's just like, God, you got to be kidding me. And it's so outlandish. She tells on herself. Yes, she doxes herself. I have heard her do it. And I'm like, what are you doing? She just crazy ranting and yes, call this number and here's where I live. And you're like, huh? Nobody cares. What are you doing?
Yeah. Why would you think we would do that?
And it was.
Thank you for the super sticker.
Oh, thank you, crazy menopause lady. And it was true. And see, MT's the one that came and said, because we already had this Discord, it was made as a joke. We were poking fun at her. And he came to us and said he had filed a case against her. And we're like, okay, patting him on the head, kind of, you're sweet. And nobody really believed it. Well, then he started showing us proof that he had. And I'm like, guys, that kind of looks legit. And we're looking at more and more. And I'm like, that really is legit. And he just asked us simple questions. Look, does anybody remember when she doxed my medical information? When she actually took a wanted poster of someone for a PEDO and changed that guy's face out and put MT's face on it and then tagged Instant Crime Stoppers with it. And we're all like, what? So, I mean, that's dangerous because he lives in that area and he has definitely some facial markings that are unique to him. And someone could have seen that. And it could have ended very badly for him. So that was pretty scary. But he just asked simple questions. Do you guys have anything that could help me? And I'm like, well, yeah, I've got it. And again, we weren't a warm and fuzzy friendship. You know, I knew of him. I have been cordial with him. I've actually been friendly with him, but no, we're not besties. And the only reason when he asked for my help, I said yes, because it was the right thing to do. And I've said that all along.
Right.
And that was the only reason. So where she likes to spin the narrative that we've doctored anything, I mean, y'all, if I'm this good that I can doctor all this stuff to fool police officers.
We got some serious hackers in the chat.
And they can Photoshop like a pro and do all this stuff with screenshots and everything else, then I'm for sale. I'm sorry. Because, I guess so. But y'all would be disappointed because I suck. So, I mean, that's not going to happen with me. I'm sorry. That's why I screenshot everything. We all have our little fortes, okay? You know, we have people that copy and paste, and we have people that screenshot, and we have people that record. So we're set. We have it down. And it is a shame, though, that it has to even come to some of this stuff. Because all we ever wanted was to leave us alone. Leave us alone. She got mad that she got called out for using the picture, and it's been hell ever since.
Ever since. Yep. That is her one thing she clings to, is the weight loss stuff.
Well, and she's been talking about Gigi since I've known her. The man wants nothing to do with you. Leave him alone. Let it go. And just can I say, because she's tried to drag us all over the other community that she's in, please take her. You can have her. We don't want her.
Good thing you mentioned that, because what I did notice when I muted my mic, that her small support system sort of disappeared. When all the anti-bullshit people showed up.
Right.
You know,
they all, the ones that knew better.
It's just not our people. It was people I never heard of coming in there that already knew about her. And were calling her up,
exactly.
You know? So her other communities sort of just slithered off. And
they did.
Yeah, way to go for the support. Hey, you picked a good one.
Well, yeah, but hey, they can have her.
Yeah, no problem. You guys, God bless you.
Well, they know. They know. They know. Yeah, they were around before.
Very, very hard to peel her off you.
Oh, they'll see. They'll find out.
Yeah.
And then again, because we've gotten ourselves in trouble, you and I, firsthand, warning other people, you know, because you guys warned us. You guys kind of warned us after the nurse stuff. She's like, you know what? And we're like, oh, wow, okay. So I kind of went a little bit more with the side eye. I was already giving her the side eye heavy because I'm thinking, if she's a nurse, y'all please, if she comes in my room, please get someone else if she's a nurse. And then I'm figuring it out for myself. It's like, yeah, something's not right about this. And she, ever since I have known her, would go on about, well, Gigi, it's his fault. Everything's his fault. He ruined my reputation online. No, hon, you did that yourself. Nobody else did it but you. I mean, come on, a fake fire, fake. And she did not today. I love this for her.
Deny it.
Well, but she had the unmitigated nerve when he put up that picture of the GoFundMe with the guy from the hate crime, and she tried to sit there and sell everybody. This tells you everything. She sat right there, and if his live is up, it's right there. She knew that man recovered, and I think she even said something about that she reached out to them or something about, she knew for a fact that he recovered and that we were lying.
No,
and that was a woman laying in that bed. No, it wasn't.
And he died. He died
exactly.
hours after that photo was taken.
Yep, he sure was. And that's not hard to prove. It's right there. That was as a result of a hate crime in Pennsylvania. And I can't remember how long ago it was.
I think it was 15.
It might have been. Yeah. And what had to have been, because that's when all these tweets were. Oh, that's not my Twitter. That's not my Instagram. Girl, you got more devices than an octopus has tentacles.
Yeah, she's got,
let's be real,
upon multiple Twitter accounts and Instagram accounts.
And we can prove that.
Yeah, they're all in my DMs.
Right. And, and again, I've always, and everybody knows this about me, I don't like to share DMs. I don't like that. I think it's just an invasion of privacy. But, a couple times it's come up. And don't tempt me, because nowadays I will do it.
Yeah, because it's almost impossible not to. That's why I've always said, here I go pontificating again, never say anything in DM or Discord that you cannot back up on YouTube or whatever other social platform.
Well, exactly. And and she wants to talk about, oh, I have all these you're thinking a little much of yourself, because other than logging in and hearing some of your rants, because I would put them up. They are so entertaining. We've reacted to a few of them lately. So if you want to hear some of the stuff, go back a little bit and you'll see it and you'll hear it.
And retro reacts. Yeah.
Right. And, she got called out. She wants to sit there and claim that we've doxed her. Where have I doxed you? You doxed yourself multiple times on multiple occasions that I've tuned in over the last 2.5+ years. You've doxed yourself plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
None of us.
And some hilariously and some very informative.
Yeah. Hey, Jay, how's it going? And, it's just, I just go away. How many times do we have to tell you? Go away. Leave us all alone. Gigi don't want nothing to do with you.
Ever.
Leave the poor man's name out of your mouth.
He ain't going to sleep with you.
And, I mean, even if she is just mentioned in passing, this is what happens.
Oh, poor Belinda. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because that's exactly what happened.
That's what started this latest, 3 months worth of raging about.
Well, no, supposedly she said that
Belinda, she just said, just in passing, Alana's name, and all of a sudden, Gigi's talking about me. Gigi's making.
Oh, I know. Yeah, yes, I remember that. Yes, yeah, I remember that. But she's always saying something about him. Yep. Always. She's always tagging everybody. Hell, one time, and this was something that it got provided to him as evidence. She sat right there and tagged all of us. It was hilarious. I still got the screenshot. She tagged all of us and the FBI and Team YouTube and anybody else that she could think of. I think the President of the United States, that we were running a pedo ring off of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, huh? What? That's a new one. And he wanted it. I had it. There it goes. And she actually did slip and say it today that MT got her arrested, because that's true. Yeah, sorry, dude.
But I was muted when she said that, but I did vocalize quite loudly.
I did too. I went, yep. There you go. There it is. I had nothing to do with it. And why am I mean, I love this again with the I've done screenshots. I've done this lately.
Got it,
I
Kristen.
have been on her big time because if I've got it, I'm going to prove it. I don't care because I'm sick of hearing her mouth. And, you know, the people that don't want to believe it, don't believe it. And sitting right there on my channel, nothing was clipped out of that racist thing. There actually was two parts to that. There's the first part where she actually says the N word. And then the very next one is her going into the police station. She marched her happy ass right in there. And she had a panic attack. You could hear it because they wouldn't give me the information and they're not going to give it to me. You know, she was just tripping. Well, she sits right there in that video and says, well, I just spoke to an officer and she told me that it's not my right to know. Oh, wasn't that the same officer that you just called the N-word? Oh, but luckily, if I had done that, I'd have gone to jail. Well, maybe, but I think calling somebody a slur really isn't against the law. Poor taste, yes, but I don't think it's against the law. But you can clearly, she says that pause in the video or why it changed. That's because they were done talking to you. I love that cop. I thought that was freaking hilarious. You need anything else? I love it. She's, I'm going to call the whatever it is, the IAB or something on you. I'm going to file a part against Houston. And the gal's like, you need the number? I'm like, oh, I like her. That was hilarious. I'm like, ooh, ouch. So, you know, I loved it. And so the cop was like, yeah, okay, you need anything else? And she's like, what? I'm suing you guys. And you could hear the boom, the cop hung up. She was done. She said, do you need anything else? And you're like, well, I'm going to sue. I said, more power to you. Bye. Have a nice day. You said you didn't need the number. I'm done. They got better things to do than talk to your crazy ass. So she had already hung up. That's probably why nothing was ever said about it.
No.
And then part two is she marches herself right into that police station. You can, well, I just talked to the officer and she told me it wasn't my right to know. All righty. Well, then how'd that skit go for you?
She's Lolana, you know, she knows the law.
Well, exactly. And it's embarrassing at this point. It's embarrassing. And, you know, to be honest, you know, maybe back in the day she was a good little dog, but right now they should be embarrassed to even be around her. I'm sorry. I mean, excuse me. But when I look at those guys and I saw her, I'm like, okay, you know, they sit there and want to claim that, you know, they don't like racism and they don't want to talk about, you know, badly about people and talk about badly about women and Negs does this and Negs does that. I'm like, have y'all looked down towards the end of the table down there? You know, excuse me, but there's the racist in your community.
Yeah.
Because it's right there. Nothing is clipped. She said she's got the clip and she's going to put it up. How long is there? Can we take a bet on that? Can we please take a bet? Because that will be forever hanging on the cloud. I have the clip or I'll prove it.
Yeah.
Girl, I've been waiting on years for some of this shit. I've never seen it yet. But funny.
And her proof is always generic.
Sketchy at best.
She takes screenshots at a funny angle. So a shadow or a light or a crumpled, you know, wrinkle in the paper sort of obscures a lot. Like, no, if you are serious and you know you're right, you make sure everything is in view and crystal clear.
Right. And
even if you have an iron it, you know.
Right. Well, she just did that to me recently on the RV. And I heard about it kind of secondhand. I went and looked and I'm like, that's the inside of that RV, but that definitely doesn't look like the one she claims still that, you know, that RV. And again, this isn't shit I said. This is shit she said. Well, you know, that RV that we supposedly didn't get a couple years ago, we did too. And here it is. And I'm like, that's not the same one. What are y'all talking about? And they're like, Kate, do you? And I'm like, you know, I do. I do. And I went back and looked, and I'm like, that's the tour of our new home. And no, it's not the same home. Sorry. So I'm going to put it out. Yep. I did. I put it out. Now, my mistake, though, is when my screenshots are dated, because I take the screenshot, and then if I pull it down when I'm done, it gives you the date and the time. So nobody can come back and say, well, that screenshot's this old or that old or not right. All my shit matches the same time as when her video's up. Now, my mistake was I cropped out the name of her channel. Which, okay, but well, you could still see her avatar and stuff. Yeah, but oh no, that's not me. That's not me. That's a clone. That's not me. Okay, well, let me run back and get the one that I didn't crop out and show you. Here you go. Clearly, that's you. And then she wants to backpedal later and say, well, I never said that, you know, we bought that and that we got it. We never said we bought it. And it's like, girl, you just did say it. Stop. So yes, when she called me out and said that it wasn't in there, and then after I put it up right away and said, here you go. That's where it says your channel name. The dates match, all my times. If you go back to my screenshots, all that shit matches. Oh, well, then it was crooked. It can't be. It was photoshopped because mine was crooked. And I'm like, honey, only your brain is crooked. That wasn't crooked. I mean, if I didn't get it just right, I apologize because I am a boomer, but you know, I am supposed to be getting paid high dollars here. I'll have to watch that next time. But my shit is not photoshopped. So that was my mistake. I was trying to get the date and time in there, and I cut off the bottom. But I rectified that and put it up. So then she tried to claim she never went by that name. Well, that one was pretty easy to prove because that was when I was up on her panel when she was saying Red was the fake candy account. And a long while back, this was so cute too. A long while back, someone sent me the clip of it when I was on panel because I mentioned that I really would like to have it. So someone sent it to me. And I'm like, you know, I have that tucked away in my little secret places in there. And I went back and got it. I'm like, you know, I knew I had that. And look at what her name was. So I put the whole clip up. I asked, I said, can I use this? And they went, yeah, go ahead. I said, thank you. So I put the entire clip up of me on her panel, and we are talking about that Red was not the fake Candy Morgan account. And she can't say that I photoshopped or altered or did whatever, because that was right from her live stream.
Amazing.
So there's so much. I mean, that's why I told that guy if he wants to have me on, I'll come on and tell the dirt on all of her. The whole thing, all of it.
Yep. But you know, I get why he wants her back. Why not, right? He seems to know, and at least he was upfront with he told her people were DMing him not to let her up. I wasn't one of them. I said, let her up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just glad I was supposed to do other stuff today, but it ended up not being until tomorrow, so I'm happy camper.
Oh yeah, me. My morning appointment was shifted to this afternoon, so I got a half an hour here to play, and then I got a dip.
Okay, very good. Yep. But I mean, it's just there's so much stuff to cover, and every panel that you get, with just him and her, it was fine because she could spin the narrative how she wanted. Mm-hmm. But she's spinning a narrative. She's not proving anything. She hasn't proven anything she said.
Nope.
So that's a spun narrative. I'm sorry.
And all like we said before, all her proof is altered or just blandly generic. It didn't prove anything.
Or a form printed.
Talk to somebody, but it didn't prove what you're trying to say.
Nope. And she gets a lot of stuff off Google templates. Let's just say that.
Or like her certifications.
Well, that and her fake fire.
Oh, that what the RCMP filed report.
Right.
That was beautiful.
Right, because after, and it was kind of cute too, because if you just give her enough rope, I
She hangs
mean,
herself.
she
Absolutely.
does.
100%.
So
Oh,
when she put that out and tried to cross some of the stuff out, and everybody's like, and she doesn't realize that people are going to check, they're going to look at it. And somebody went, well, that's really cool, but that's from Canada. How come you had to file a Canadian fire report? And then it took, I think it took, and the lies come so easy, it freaks me out. Then she tried to claim that the landlord was Canadian, and that's why
yeah,
she
and
used
that's
the
why it was.
Canadian one.
Mm, well, the
Oh,
Canadians would be filing an American fire report in Texas. The fire department
exactly.
in Texas would be, or whatever the head
Right.
organization would be.
And so, and everybody knew at that point, we're like, oh, okay, whatever. So then she would go on live and go, well, I'm going to prove it. See, this famous last word. I'm going to prove it. I'm going to go down to the fire department and talk to the chief that handled all this. And I'm going to interview him on live stream. And we waited.
And
And
we
we waited.
waited.
And we're still waiting.
We're still waiting.
Oh, my goodness.
She is a joy, isn't she?
She is the gift that keeps on giving. So more ways than one. Oh, exactly, Deb. She sits there and says, funny how she says, we've never met her, so we don't know anything about her life except for everything she's told us, which is everything. But yet she knows everything about us, but has never met us.
Yes, but apparently that doesn't work in reverse.
No. And she goes to people's social media and tries to find stuff on them. And she's in the chat right now. She said something. She posted a little family photo of them out having fun, doing whatever. And she said something about one of her disabled family members. And we're just like, what? And then she said nasty stuff about her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And then on social media, when she said was telling her friends that they had contracted COVID, she interrupted and said, oh, good. I hope you die.
Yeah, you got that.
And we have clips. I can put those up right now, too. I can put it up in 5 minutes. She can't do it for 5 years. I have clips of her wishing death on all of us. So there's that. So
Just
again,
go to Kate's community tab. It's all there.
Sure is. It sure is. And well, like I said, they can have her because at this point, they think that she's going to be the bulldog she was. No, she's just the clown that she is.
Yeah.
And the longer she hangs with them, the more embarrassing it is. But hey, I'm going to watch it because maybe, just maybe, she'll slink away and stay over there and pit bull for them, be their junkyard dog, and leave us alone. She'll probably still throw shit at us.
Oh, probably. But they're taking a real chance with her because she will lie to them about the proof she has. She will lie to get approval.
Oh, but yeah, exactly.
Ask, okay, pony it up. We need to use it now. She's like, oh, I'm at the hospital and I can't possibly do it right now. Like she did.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's how she does it.
Fair warning. If any bodega is watching this, just fair warning. And that's all you're going to get from us. God bless you for taking her.
Well, yeah, but that's just it, though. They know.
Well,
I mean, all those names, most of those names are very familiar to me over in the bodega. So I know they had connections with Negs and Gigi because that's where all the stripe is coming from. So they know what she's like. They know what they have. But they're playing with that fire. And I'm going to sit back and watch.
Yeah.
So.
But when they turn that toward somebody that doesn't deserve it, I'm going to poke.
Oh, yeah, because that's already happened.
Yeah.
That's already happened. Oh. Because she doesn't have evidence of anything she says.
No. And those DM dumps, again, reiterate, she's messed with those. It is the just 45 minutes he'll spend if she even kept it up.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, you can tell if you take the time to like read it. Like I did. I took some time, and because I wanted some of those for screenshots. So she's put this up before. This has been up for a little while.
Yeah.
And so I went back and read some of these, and I screenshotted them because I wanted to look at them later. Well, I'm glad I did that because, see, that's why I do that. And I was looking at those a little more carefully, and I'm like, why does it seem like there's chunks that
are missing
or here? Yeah. And you could tell the way the conversation was going.
Makes sense, or, yeah. So
right. And that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know, but that's my opinion that there's stuff that's missing from that. Plus, she sits there and lies to the man about what she is, who she is. She's a single mom. I'm a single mother and a nurse.
Yeah.
Just out there trying to make it. And I'm like, what? I said, so it's okay that he's venting his frustrations to a friend about certain things, but you can sit there and gas him up and tell him all this bullshit. So, that's interesting.
Cool beans. Sorry if I sound distracted. I'm sitting there trying to just get basically ready to dash out the door.
Bless your heart. But
well, the appointment's only down the street for me, so I'm one of those chronically early people.
Right.
Yeah. So even though it takes me 10 minutes to get there, I've got to be there 20 minutes early. So, I'm working on it.
Oh no. So I'm neurotic too. I have to be on time.
Oh, I have to.
Right, but that was so funny. That was just funny. And he seems like a nice guy. If he wants to have us on, he should have you and I up sometime. We can tell our truth.
Oh, I don't think he wants to revisit that shit, and I don't blame him.
No doubt. We can do it here.
Yeah.
But it did. It went just like, I mean, come on. When we were all on Jay's that day, that really made her mad. She barged in on Jay. Yep. It was the same thing. We're like, hey, hi, how are you? But nope, it's going to be just a shout fest. So that's how it always is. You can't have a conversation with her. I've said that all along.
For sure. I'm just thinking about, oh dear, there is so much crap she's done over the years. And we need to write this shit down and write a novel.
Oh, I'm telling you. It would be well. There would be TV movies.
Just names and locations have been changed to protect the innocent.
This is Dragnet now.
Pretty much.
Oh no. Bless her heart. That's all I can say is, I just love that she busted herself out on some shit today, which I thought was hilarious. I hope he left that live up because I want to go back and listen to it. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to listen to that one. Oh,
Jay, if you missed that live she was just up on, and we sound a little, weird about it. She went on panel to explain her truth. And Kate and I jumped up. It just became a shit show. We loved it. It was very loud and confusing.
I know. And I was trying not to be loud. I was so trying.
It's hard.
But, well, it is, especially when she doesn't even let you get a sentence out without, her talking over you or saying that's a lie. And all that. It's like, girl, well, let me prove it. But again, prove anything. Last words. We'll see how long this lasts. This ought to be funny. Prove anything. You can't. I'm waiting. You said you have that full phone call. Let's hear it.
Oh, right? Chris, it ended just before, about 10 minutes before I started. Right. We just needed to be calm and reasonable and re-explain the truth for anybody else that might be just lurking.
Right.
And it's just, I think it was on his Real Stream Drama.
Yes, it was, I believe.
All in caps, I believe. Let's see if we can find it for. Oh,
and there's some mods there. Somebody can put it in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So let's.
Well, yeah, that's just it, Jay. That she wants to go and, she's pissed that we busted her out on her lies. She's the one that's, maddest at us because, anybody that's busted her out lying, she's going to keep you in her mouth forever, I think. So that's why I get it. She's salty at me because I'm the one that busted her out on the picture. She's salty at Glory because of she's the one that clipped the racist remarks, and other people have come in and clipped stuff and shared it with us, and it's all out there. And again, like I said, I would love to put some of these famous rants that she's had for days and days and days and days, hours upon hours upon hours, and I would put them up. But she would find she's a striker if she use her. She told everybody at one point, if you use my name, I'll strike you. Well, there's a bunch of other people out there named with your first name, hun. So I don't think you own that name. So, and plus, I have proof that she used that name a long time ago, so it didn't matter. So nobody stalks her. So
no, because your original, even my Glory B, if you put my other or my original channel name in, it'll come to this channel. So putting her original channel name in the search bar should take you to her current, because the little ID number or whatever it is doesn't change. Right,
and it does. It does.
Yeah, it does. So there, I didn't pin it. I should pin it. CJ's live where he had Alana up, and then 5 minutes later we all go thundering up. And when it renders, and the chat shows up, or it should be, his chat should be up. He was over 2 hours, wasn't he? Anyway, read the chat. It's hot.
Okay, because I was on my phone, and if I tried to leave, then I wouldn't be able to see most of it, so I wasn't able to. But I just feel bad. I'm sorry if anybody goes back and listens to it. If there was a lot of shouting and that kind of stuff, it was not meant to be that way. But you can't even get her to just stop talking for just a second, and then she's got to call you names. I was like, no, you don't call people names. You don't need to. Stop it. I probably did a couple times because she was getting on my nerves. She's giving me a headache.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's some famous panels with us here lately. If you go back on Glory's channel, there's a few.
And can I just also point out that she's miffed beyond belief that I'm partially monetized. I don't believe I will go fully monetized because we're a shit show here. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But she's miffed about that. And what was the other thing she was we didn't talk about her.
No.
We talked about other things. I made a couple of forays into other cows, and she didn't like that either.
Nope, she didn't. She's trying to tag everybody. They're talking about you. I'm like, girl, you do realize that tons of people react to Foodie, tons of people react to Amber Lynn Reed. It's like, okay. I mean, wow.
That snitches get stitches and ditches.
Right, exactly. And that's because she's afraid that people will stop talking about her. This is what she has to have. She has to have attention. She has to have the attention. And because there's plenty of times, you can even go back on your lives, Glory, and look, there's weeks sometimes in between some of your lives because life happens. I get busy, you get busy. Sometimes you go by yourself. Sometimes, hey, you're on vacation. People have lives. It's just stuff. Nobody goes on and talks about her every day. Now, I wonder what the countdown's going to be before the rage starts. because you know that's coming. Come on. I mean, and again, either that or she's going to be busy over at the other side being the pit bull that embarrasses them. And if it doesn't, they better stand back and take a look, because everybody else is kind of going, huh, okay. So it's nothing but an embarrassment now, because the lore is too real.
And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you're going to lie, make the lie believable. Don't make it so grandiose that it becomes like, oh, yeah, really?
Right. Do your homework, girl. Do your homework.
Do a little research. I know that's everybody's favorite phrase, but when you're trying to weave a fake life for yourself, put a little effort into it.
Exactly.
Or don't lie, so nobody will call you out.
Right. Right.
Kind of simple, really.
Yes, but you know what? This is what she has to have. She has to crave this. She's got to crave the manipulation. She wants to be the perpetual martyr victim. That's what she wants to be.
Yep, for sure.
And heaven forbid anybody calls her out with the truth, because, and again, it's all right there between your channel, my channel. There's, links that I've shared. You can follow to go to that channel, and a lot of it's still there. So just go look for yourself, folks. I mean, come on. It's not that hard.
Stories, I'm using that figuratively, but my experiences with her has not changed from the first time I started making videos about her to this one right here. Nothing has changed. And she was trying to tell, all you're doing is driving people over to my videos to check it out. Thanks. Well,
true. I mean, true. Right.
She even shouted me out. She goes, go look in Glory's. I'm going, okay, yeah, please do.
Exactly, because it's all there. It's all
there. Funny. Oh my God. But what else did she touch on? That was so bizarre. Questioning our truth. That was oh my goodness. I thought about doing a react to CJ's video, and I thought nobody's going to hear anything, so let's just iron out a few issues here, and
yep. It maybe, like I said, hey, there can always be part 2.
There'll always be a part to this. It's never ending.
Well, I know. And that's just, I mean, if anybody has any advice on how to get her to go away, because again, you guys were cool. You came over and indirectly kind of warned us. We went and warned another community directly. We were quite direct about it. And, bless their hearts, they, thank goodness that she doesn't pay much attention to them anymore, which that's a blessing. And so, and we know Gigi's community does, I mean, it's bad enough where they don't even want to say her freaking name, even in passing. So he doesn't.
Farms rarely says her name out loud.
Oh, I know. Exactly. And
we Farms people.
Well, and I know, and I love that because when I first met her, she was starting to first threaten all of us. She would threaten us that she was going to dox our information to Kiwi Farms because they were the dark web. And I was like, they were connected to the dark web. And I'm like,
and then I went over, that's how, when she started doing that, that's when I went over to Kiwi Farms and found out that she was less than dog shit on the bottom of her foot.
Exactly. And because we were over at Kiwi Reading because of Angie. Because that was our first, deal with the, part of that community was because of Angie Lee. And, I first met her when she was doxing someone, and I went to a friend of mine and went, be careful of this one. She's a little too much. And thank you. I was right.
Yes,
Nickname was right. We were right. And so, she's still around and whatever. So, but she's the reason that I went and started reading. And I just, I was like, hey, they seem to be pretty brutally honest over there. So.
I see, Angie started up a new GoFundMe because, of course, she fucks up her life and wants people to pay her. And she's actually confessed it, saying, "Oh no, I got mixed up with two really bad men, and I got a 16-year-old boy to raise. A poor kid's raised himself while you get drunk and pass out on
True.
screen. You lost your monetization because you did that. So yeah,
Yeah.
but she wants everybody to throw her money. And, that's one thing. And anybody struggling with addiction, I apologize. But you don't give an active addict money.
No, that doesn't end well.
I said, did I say addict or addict? Sorry,
Addict?
my pronunciation was a bit off. Too much
Oh, I
alarm.
thought you meant like a drug addict. That's what I thought you said. I'm sorry.
Okay. Catch myself. But yeah, you just don't. You just don't. So her putting up her a GoFundMe, and anybody that donates it, she isn't doing anything. She's supposed to be on disability, and she's got a prescription to get her marijuana for free. So she just wants money for booze.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't think that you could get it for free.
No, if it's prescribed, if you can talk a doctor into prescribing, then I believe it's free, or at least.
Wow.
The rest of us that don't have prescriptions, there's like 1,000 dispensaries, so it's not a problem.
Oh, I know. Yes, it's like out west, so you can't throw a rock without it.
Yeah, just like liquor stores and check cashing places, you can't sneeze without bumping into one. So.
I know. I was in awe. I mean, went out and saw my brother out west, and I was just like, wow, there's like a dispensary on every corner, man. Jeez. He goes, this is what we've come down to. And I'm like, okay, I think I can relate to this. So it was just wild to see people walking around smoking. I was like, wow, this is a trip. So I thought that was pretty wild.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's working up for it. I have to go for a couple hours this afternoon. So don't reach until I get home, Lana. Okay, thanks.
Exactly, Krista.
Nothing
Oh
on
my
TV.
Oh my. But I mean, it's just, come on, at this point, it's just embarrassing. So, I mean, if she just would please leave my name out of it and stop making crap up, then move along, go be their guard dog, stay out of my hair.
Yeah.
There. Again, we
right,
said it again.
Right. You're right. They probably are well aware of her reputation.
Oh, I'm sure they are. They have to be. Come on.
So we'll let
because I mean, she's attacked Tragic in the past.
Yeah, she's attacked everybody. She likes to weave this story. I know a lot of people don't know anything about Peanut, but when I was a mod for her way back in the day, she would come in and be perfectly acceptable, then she would go on another plot or another channel. And this is where it started with me, because we I guess shared some interests, I guess, in subjects. So I caught her on somebody else, and I can't remember who it was, in their chat. And she was not only disagreeing with Peanut, she was trashing her.
Oh, wow.
She likes to lighten it up and say it was, they just had, like a difference of opinion. No, there was no difference of opinion. You know how vile Alana can get.
Well, I do.
How she was on this other person's channel.
Wow.
And I went, you don't think so? So I DM'd Peanut, and I just warned her like I warn everybody else. Just be cautious when you're dealing with her.
Yep.
And left it at that. So.
Yep. And that's all you can do. I mean, we decided a long time ago that, unless it's really serious, we're not going to go warn anybody.
No.
Now, it's the only reason we went over to his is she advertised it. I didn't even know about it till what? I think yesterday or something.
Sure, we all knew where she was going Monday.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah, of course we're gonna go, and of course we're gonna warn CJ what you're like.
Well, My intent wasn't to go there to necessarily warn him. It was to just go and be on there, because if she was going to get on there, because I know she was going to get on there and spin the narrative, but that's not my job. My job is the keeper of the history, because again, this is shit that she has said.
Yep.
We don't make shit up. This is all stuff that she has said. We have everything that she has said for posterity. Okay. And you can't spin it when it's her voice, just like with the racist clip. You can't, she wants to say it was clipped together, it was done this, it's done that. She's going to, again, I want to hear the clip. She said she had the clip and she would put it up of the real version of that. I'm waiting to hear it.
Me too.
I'm waiting to hear it. And again, we're going to grow old waiting on it. Just kind of like that 911 clip. Remember that one too? I've got the 911 clip. I've got it. Nobody asked her for it. She just came charging right in and said, I got it. We're like, cool. We want to hear.
Nobody asked her for it. She came in volunteering a lie.
She sure did. And
then we asked for it, and that's when she quit the Discord.
Yep, because that was nicknames Discord. Yep, that was Nickers. Yep.
That was Nick's, yeah. So that's one. She was in another one, and then she was out of our sites in Discord.
Yep. Oh yeah. That was the private live was just before that she had to hunt us down, and I want to talk to Candy and Kate and Glory. I was like, okay, I was last to the party, I think, but I finally made it. And I thought it was strange that she was wanting to do this on her channel on a private live. I thought that was a little bit weird, because we're in Discord. We could have just had a conversation in Discord.
But flag. We missed that red flag.
Well, that's okay. Well, it was to Candy, and it got recorded.
Yeah.
So, hey. And then I love how later, after she did that, because it was that very night, later on that night, some weird shit started happening. I woke up, found out about it, and I immediately removed her from my Discord. So she didn't quit. I kicked her out, because I knew what was going to happen. If I'd given her any time, she would have gone back in there and started deleting shit. I'm like, oh, no. So I kicked her out. And guess what I just recently found when I was looking for something else?
Wow.
She kept going, well, how did you invite me? I never remember getting invited, because remember, everybody, she denied that was even her in the Discord, but yet that was her private live that she struck you over, and that's how she got your information. But anyways, we thought this was very strange, so we did this little thing, and it only took, a week or so after she realized she was not going to fit back in where she ditched everybody for, and they weren't going to take her back. And so she went on a rage. And she joined the other guys against us again. And it's just like, oh, here we go. And then she threatened to play this live that she had of all of us, and we were doing terrible things and saying terrible things. And I'm like, let her play it, because we know if she played it, because we were all there. There was 3 of us and her. So we knew what was said. So I'm like, let her play it. Oh, she tried after a couple weeks of taunting us with it. Oh, I'm going to you want me to just play that live? And I'm like, yeah, do it. Do it. I want to hear it. Do it. I want to hear your edited version of it, but say I do it, because we have the full version. So do it. Well, when she released that live the first time, she went beep half of the live and say, well, I'm doing this for people's privacy, because there was some subject matter brought up that was distressing to Angie, like gerbils up her ass. So that's another story. So, I loved it. We were all back laughing our asses off, going, oh my God, no, stop. Well, so we went ahead and released the real version, and it is still on your channel to this day. It's a live stream. Scroll back, folks. It's, I think, called The Truth and Other Lies. And so we put it out, and
The
said, okay,
audio
folks.
sex people, I am sorry. It was three of us didn't know our asses from a hole in the wall. So,
But it finally made it. But you can get the gist of it. It's not that bad. It's
it
better
is
than her version anyway. It's better than her version. At least you can actually hear what's going on. So what does it do? Proves exactly what we had said the entire time. Okay. So she got salty about that too. So she struck you over that.
yeah.
And we're like, wait a minute. She doesn't.
Got my information
Yep.
because I fought back.
And it did. But the thing was, we were so shocked. How are you going to strike someone? They're playing it on their channel. It's their voice. You don't own my voice. You don't own Candy's voice. So how are you going to strike somebody over that shit? And so we were like, bullshit. Well, they did. They did strike, and Kathy had to counter strike, or you had to, I don't know if that's what that's called. Is that what that's called?
No, not a counter strike, but there is another word for it. But I submitted that this was a false strike and
exactly
provided links and all sorts of things, and of course, and I thought, I can't let her get away with this. This is going to dox me. But I was also in my logical head said this is an official private email between YouTube, me, and Alana, and she didn't respect that. So that's how I won that counter.
You sure did.
Showed back up on my feed, but she had gotten my address, and one of my phone numbers had more than one, which never mind.
Anyway, we get this. Yeah, we get the gist of that.
That I wouldn't get her phone calls, but anyway, because I knew they were coming. So, so it was up, but she sat on my information for, I don't know, about 3 or 4 months, and then
it was a while.
Something, I knew it was coming, so I did something on a live or said something in whatever, and bam, there it was for 5 hours.
Yep, sure was. And that was just that day.
Yep.
Every chance she gets, folks, go listen. If you get a chance, go listen. Because this is her MO. She goes on all these terrible rants and says all this shit and then just goes delete. Mm-hmm. Well, that's all well and good. She can do that. But just because she deletes it doesn't mean it's not out there. And somebody didn't hear it. So, she wants to play innocent like she doesn't do all this shit, but clearly she does.
Yeah. So don't give her your email. Don't give her any.
Oh, no.
If you get struck by her and that's the only one, let it ride.
Yep, exactly. Because there is something on my channel to please go look at as well. That Nickname went ahead and allowed me to share some of these emails that she tried to reach out to Alana to be a decent person. How did Alana repay her? She sent her unsolicited nude photos of herself, which were okay. And then she also sent her, which is okay, that dear Jesus, help me. Yeah. Bleach was involved. Mm-hmm. And then she sent her suicide baiting emails. Then she sent her emails that threatened, that not necessarily threatened, but were like, you know what? I can't wait until Kate and Glory die. You too. So she wished death on everybody. And I have that, so I might just pop that up on my channel for a little while. And, it's again, these are the, she wants to fall back on mental illness. And I have said this numerous times and I stand by it. I'm sure there is mental illness involved here, but this woman is a cold, calculating liar. She has an agenda, and she does it for only reasons in her head.
Yep.
Because nobody else will be able to figure it out. But she does this on purpose. This is her thing. She's been doing this to us for over 2 years, to you, Gigi, and him over 3 years. Mm-hmm. And clearly, like you said, there were people in that live that I didn't know who they were either, calling her out. So clearly people way before that, and proof that she put up that fake GoFundMe of the man that finally died I think it was hours after that photograph was taken. So
Not
she,
sure.
that was back in 2015. So this is how long she's been doing this.
Oh, probably even longer. But anyway, guys, I got a dip,
True
and
enough, darling.
we'll pick this up at another time.
Yep.
Hopefully, it'll be another aftermath her rage streaming. So anyway,
Oh,
thank
I'm sure.
you so much, Krista and
Annie?
for I remembered Annie for the super chats.
Yes,
Uh,
definitely. Thanks for coming, everybody, as usual.
God bless y'all, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.
Bye.